welcome Mr. Pradeep.
Thank you. Thank you, Vidit.
So,
Thanks everyone for being part of this story. Thanks in advance. I'm sure with my experience, with my learnings, you also can take some insight, some experience out of it. And let's see how it moves.
yes.
Yeah.
So, Pradeep, before we start our conversation, my first question that you are a founder of two companies. One is Momo Nation Cafe, and another one is Expert Franchise Solution. So, what are they?
So, with it, to start with, I started this entrepreneurship journey with a company which is Expert Franchise Solutions. Primarily, it is a franchise consultancy company. We help brands and companies who want to get into franchising or they are already into franchising. So we help them grow their franchise expansion program. So we help them with their SOPs, vet their agreements, get them understand about the market, the competition through the business strategy reports, and
Uh, can you all hear my voice? Am I audible to all? Okay, I think we lost.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I think we lost. Pradeep, are you back?
I'm there.
There was
Am I
some.
audible?
You're audible now. I think we lost the connection in between.
Uh, where did we lost? So I can restart from there.
You are SOPs, like providing them SOPs.
Okay, okay. So this is part of the consulting assignment wherein we develop their business model, create SOPs for them, understand about their industry, their competition, make their financial models, and then simultaneously we market those brands through various platforms that we have created over a period of time, like our mobile application, our website, which is franchiseinindia.in, and
Okay.
then we close leads for them. I mean the franchisees for them. So this is about Expert Franchise Solutions. So it's been almost 8 years now, and after 4 years of starting Expert Franchise Solutions, when I was completely, confident about starting my own brand, and that brand was also started with the purpose of scaling it up through franchising. So, having spent this much time in this domain, I could understand one thing that there's a lot of scope in franchising. India, as of now, is still at a nascent stage, and there are a lot of companies which are into franchising, but they still need to be groomed and get into a level wherein we can call them a professional franchise brands. So the idea behind Momo Nation Cafe was to give a platform for entrepreneur development, entrepreneurships. Uh, so people who are willing to start their own business, but the challenges that we just heard from sir and Pooja ji and Bhaskar, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So those challenges can be overcome with the experience of a brand or a company which has already gone through all those experiences. So when I was franchising other brands, then that thought was always there that I will have to start my own brand at some point of time. So that's how MNC came into existence. We started with one outlet. It was barely a 60 square feet outlet. So we, as part of the opening program, we've always thought of making it a restaurant. So today also we don't feel that we are into a restaurant or fast food business. I openly say that we are a franchising company. So we are a
All
fast
right.
food franchise chain.
Okay.
So that's how
So,
it started.
wow, great. So, my next question to you, like, becoming an entrepreneur was on your mind from day one, like when you were studying, when you were into engineering MBA, or you picked up this idea later on?
So honestly, like most of us, during our studies and during our college time also, in schools and colleges, we were always told to get a good job. We were always trained to do so. Get good marks, get a good campus placement. That's what MBA told us. So we never were, trained to become an entrepreneur. At least was not. So it was never in the mind unless in 2009 when I was working for a company which was into franchising. So that was a time when the idea of becoming a franchise consultant got into my mind, because there were very handful franchise consultants across the country. So then, when the franchising this thing got into my mind, and I thought of becoming a franchise consultant. So there were two ways to get into it: either to work for some companies and get that dream achieved, or to start your own. So gradually, uh, then it was a planned move. Decision was impulsive, that yes, I want to become a franchise consultant and pursue my career there. But the action was planned. So it was not that the next day I just quit my job and started this company. So I started learning through the online materials. So there was a company called International Franchise Association who offered online courses on franchising. So it was around 300 hours course. I did over a period of 6 to 8 months. Simultaneously, I started working and understanding the working of how the consulting companies work, and started finding out the companies who were into franchise. So started floating my CV to those companies, and fortunately company which is called Inventure Brand Management. That was a management consulting, primarily assisting international brands come to India.
Okay.
So when I joined them, we started that consulting division. So my director was also the vice president of Franchising Association of India. So he was a good, franchising professional. So I thought of, I have taken that the knowledge from the courses. Now it is the time to take the experience from the experienced people. So under that company, almost for 1.5 years, I took the professional experience, and then I started Expert Franchise Solutions.
Okay.
It was a planned move.
So, Mr. Pradeep, most of us know the answer of why we want to start up a business, because maybe we want more time, we want to work for our own self, we don't want to have unplanned week hours. But the question that hits is like what to start. Like once I know the answer, like why I need to be an entrepreneur. Next question, okay, fine. Now what to start with? What should I pursue? So in your case, it appears as if it just happened. Because you were on the course of into franchising, and you landed up there, so you figured out your why in the process. So but if I have not found my why, but I have found my why, but I have not found what. So how to search what to start with?
Okay. Uh, See, what to start is very important, because this is what is going to, shape up your future. You can end up failing, or you can end up, getting successful. So I personally advocate the fact that whatever excites you, whatever is interesting for you, if you have developed that interest in term, when you are in your professional life or in your schooling time, just pursue those dreams. So
Okay.
essentially, if I talk about so whatever is your core expertise, or whatever you start with that, but do your research. Just don't simply start. Do your research, understand the market, see what all competition is there, what kind of competition uh, challenges could be there. Go and meet them, not with the intention disclosing the intentions, but I'm sure you understand how to
Yes,
do a
yes.
market research. You are a marketing guy.
But another question that comes to my mind is like the timing. I think timing is very crucial, because maybe I know the why, but I don't know what at this point in time. And how much time is it going to take to know the what? Or maybe I know what, but I don't have enough reasoning. So when that big moment comes when you have both why and what in your hand, and you just take plunge. So how to know that this not the time is ripe now? How did you find out that time? What
With
your
it,
inner feeling gave you?
yeah, with it, I personally feel there's no good time to start a bad thing, and there's no bad time to start a good thing,
Ah, yes, correct,
right?
correct.
So, and that special time or that occasion will never come. So, it is your mindset which tells you, it is your attitude, it is your inner voice that will tell you that yes, now it is the right time that I should start. And whenever you feel that you are ready to start, then only you start. It should not be, and as I said, my decision was impulsive, but the action planned. So you once you decide that you want to get into entrepreneurship, just plan, just do all those research, and then you enter the field. Otherwise,
Right.
there could be challenges like the tea story that we just heard.
Mm-hmm. Bhaskar, yes. So
So,
fine.
but
Well,
that again, that that is, I'll not call it a failure. You rightly said that it's an experience. So that will now give him more, insights and more time to think on what could be the negative aspects of a business.
right. So now my next question, which is very intriguing and especially for me, like how your company's name is MNC, and here M stands for momos rather than multinational. So why you came up with momos? Like it's very unusual.
So there's a very funny story behind this.
Huh.
My consulting office was in a building. It was on the third floor, and there was a pawn shop on the ground floor. So it was called Lovely Pan Corner,
Okay.
but people used to call it LPC. So that there were a lot of pan corner or the cigarette shops nearby, but LPC was famous. So the idea, that we started as like KFC is there, which is a short form of a bigger,
Hmm.
easy to remember, and
Hmm.
when you scale up, it should sound like a brand.
Hmm.
So Momo was obviously the core product, so we started with them, and then suddenly that thought came that why can't we have an MNC? So then that Momo Nation Cafe, we thought of the name. And coming to that point, that why Momos? Since I was in consulting, I was doing a lot of food brands. Mostly, my entire 4 years or the 5 years of experience was with food companies, domestic and international. So there were a lot of pizza outlets, a lot of burger outlets, Chinese, South Indians. Momos was a segment which was still untapped, and especially in franchising. So otherwise, if we have to think about a brand in momos, obviously Wow Momos is the one which is available across India, but they are not into franchising. So we thought of starting up Momo franchise with an intention to become the biggest Momo franchise company. And touch with today we are
Wow, great.
based in India.
So, so does MNC sell only momos, or one can enjoy other delicacies also in MNC?
So 30%, approximately 30 to 35% of our menu is momos, which is product, and it accounts for a 70 to of revenue of every outlet. But apart from that, we have a good range of burgers, sandwich, Chinese, beverages, a lot of stuff.
Okay. Uh,
But the core product is, I mean, the USP or the
US is
full
momos.
product is.
Yes, momos. Yes. So, Pradeep, like we now since it is pretty much visible brand MNCs, and you also won an Indian Achievers Award in 2020. So, what you presently are doing is like is in front of everyone. But how was your life when you were in studies? You were doing your engineering and MBAs, and what you all went through. Could you please share about your engineering story? We know there are certain stories there.
So I'm a very bad engineer, honestly. So I'm not an engineer, but by choice. So it was my father's intent to at least have one child as a engineer. So I was the youngest. All my three elder brothers, they couldn't get into this engineering field. So my father was a sub engineer. So he wanted at least one child should be engineer. and I was a very bad student. I mean, so my memory was also not that sharp compared to other, peer students. So I had to work very hard. I have to study hard to get, numbers. And engineering is like, as I mentioned, I was a bad student, especially in maths. So my entire engineering went on with backlogs.
Okay.
So I guess the last semester was one wherein there was no backlog, and I cleared the engineering. But yes, so engineering was a tough time. A lot of nightless studying pattern had to be followed. I mean, sleepless night.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
well, your
So,
story
but
of
yeah,
backlogs reminded me of Three Idiots. Huh?
absolutely, absolutely. The
Yeah.
Raju were the kind of characters which reflected my story. That girlfriend was someone else and I was marrying someone else.
Uh,
But then after engineering, I, to my father that I'll do MBA. I mean, management studies was, and in fact, before engineering also, I wanted to do commerce. Even after 10th, I was forcefully asked to choose maths. Otherwise, so whatever I am today is because of the analytical skills that I, developed during the engineering time and the tough times that I've seen in engineering, the hard work that I, the struggle to pass in the subjects, to clear that 4 year engineering on time.
hmm,
That was challenging, and then it basically taught me to, overcome your fear, come out of your comfort zone, and prove yourself.
right.
Then obviously with those skills, when I entered MBA, so MBA was pretty, easier course for me. But then yes, those time were very,
Right. So,
recall
so,
that
but life was life easy in MBA because generally people land up in a good job after MBA. So something happened with you also, like it was a easy pace, or there is a story there.
uh, there is a story to every everything. So during my campus placement, I was selected in a very renowned marketing agency. Somehow that I didn't got that offer letter, but I was supposed to be already placed, so I was not allowed to sit in other campus placements.
Oh,
And something happened in that organization during that.
Pradeep, can you hear me? Pradeep, I think there is some network issue at your end. There is a break in between.
Am I clear now?
Ah, you
Am I
are clear
audible?
now? Yes, yes, you
Okay,
are.
okay.
Yes, if you could fix
Actually,
it.
I captured my son's room today.
Okay.
So,
So you had put jammers in your son's room, which are causing trouble now.
so this is the backside room. So
Okay.
little, could be a little
My
internet
my
problem.
son's telling me ये uncle कितने अच्छे हैं अपने Avengers का
Yes, it's man.
Yes. So we are interviewing two superheroes. One is Spider-Man, another is Pradeep.
This,
So
my
yes,
son
you
should listen
yes
to this.
you were in the campus placement. I think we lost you there. Like you got a
Yeah, yeah.
job of, but you were placed, but you didn't get an offer letter, and you were not
Yes,
allowed
yes,
to sit in further
absolutely.
campuses.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's a tragic moment.
exactly. So it was actually a shocking moment
Uh,
that I had to leave the campus of other good companies. Finally, the last 2 3 companies which came in and I was allowed to sit. But obviously that was not my choice.
okay.
So for last, I mean, when I joined the company, and for the next 5 years, I was really struggling with jobs.
Okay.
And I guess the reason behind it could be the clash of thoughts between my inner insights and what I was told to do. So I shifted a lot of companies, and if you ask about my average shelf life in a company, it was not more than 6 months.
Oh, 6 months in a company, I think, and in a span
Yes.
of 10 years,
No, in the span of 5 to 6 years. In
5 to 6.
2012, I started the Expert Ventures, but from
Okay.
2012, after every 6 to 8 months, I used to quit a job.
So the job market is not that bad in India, as people say.
No, no, no. You get good hike if you
Ah.
leave the company.
So it means we are
So
unnecessarily
at that
making
point of time,
unemployment an issue, huh?
yeah, at that point of time, stability was not the mindset. It was basically money. Whoever pays you more, you go there. But
Right.
now, once you have a clear vision, you have thoughts, you
Hmm.
decide and you understand what to do.
Yeah. So would you say, Pradeep, that your stint with these companies for 5 to 6 years was crucial for you to becoming a successful entrepreneur? Or if you could subtract these years from your life, and after just completing your MBA, if you had started your business, would have been more difficult?
Absolutely, it would have been very difficult. Working in these companies, working under various people, working with various people, gave me a lot of understanding about various sectors. So I started my journey with banking, NBFC, then moved on to insurance, selling the hard product, which is health insurance. Especially my part was to sell critical illness, which people were very fearful to take that LIC, because they always thought that मुझे कैंसर क्यों होगा,
Correct.
मुझे हार्ट फेल क्यों होगा मेरे को. So selling that product was very difficult, but that gradually sharpened my selling skills. And then
Right.
to move to media, understood about the media works and how the clients who were given to me, how they work, how they strategize their marketing program. So that was a learning. Then shifted to a product development mobile VAS company, understood their kind of working, which was operational task. So I was into operation. So marketing plus operations plus sales, everything taught me a lot. And whatever I'm today, it is because of that experience that I took from those companies. And especially आज की डेट में, विदित, if I can tell you, I try to learn from people. It can be your senior, it can be your junior, it can be anyone whom you meet. तो उसके अंदर क्या पॉजिटिव चीज़ें हैं, क्या अच्छी चीज़ें हैं, आई ट्राई टू टेक insights from them, and that is how you groom as a individual or as a professional.
Right. So can we say that your MBA did not stop after completing the degree? I think because since your average stay in each company was 6 months, so you were keep on doing summer interns with different companies as an employee, and finally, once you started your
Absolutely.
own venture, that was the real job in your hand. So it means
Yes.
your MBA was 2 plus 5 years. Can we say that?
Chip program.
Yeah. So, Pradeep, now next question to you is, since you have lived both the lives, you have been an employee also, and now you are an entrepreneur or you're an employer. So, if you could tell us how a mindset differs, if I am an employee and if I am an entrepreneur, what is the basic change that you noticed in your mindset, or you were entrepreneur in the job also?
I may have been an entrepreneur. That's why I had to leave the job so early, because that mindset was maybe at. And as an employer, there's a lot of shift in the mindset. I'm talking about my personal experience when I was in jobs across all the companies which I joined. So it was a time bound task for me, 9 to 5 or 10 to 6, whatever was the duration. Post that, it was completely off the job this thing. But as an entrepreneur, you 24 hours. There is no time foundations. Second is obviously for both you work for money, but in job you only work for money. But whereas in business, you work for satisfaction, you work for your dreams, you work for the people who work under you, who work with you. So there are a lot of things which you as an owner have to, deal with, and you are responsible for your actions. You are responsible for your decisions. But in job, if I had a thought that I want to do this, I'll have to go to my senior, discuss with him about these thoughts. If he's convinced, he will add his thoughts and present it to his boss that me and my team is doing. So your name will be at the back. So this is a kind of stairs wherein you put a thought, your seniors add value to it and make it your his thought. He present to his boss. But in in this case, as an entrepreneur, whatever decisions you take, you are solely responsible. So if you are a success in that decision, you gain out of failure, you are responsible. So there is no other person who can be blamed for it or uh, given that appreciation for that.
Right. Just a minute. Pooja ma'am, shall we ask Pradeep to change the background? Is Spider-Man attracting kids? Pooja ma'am? Well, on the lighter note. So, Pradeep, you were
Yeah.
talking. I was just asking you that shall we ask Pradeep to change the background? Is Spider-Man attracting kids?
Oh yes, he's telling me unmute karo. He wants to tell Pradeep ji that his son is so lucky and so unlucky that his mother doesn't buy such things.
So even I don't buy it. Is his mother who does all these things.
Yes.
If you wish, you can adopt him.
No, we can have an exchange program.
Pradeep, coming back to what you just said about decision making. So I would ask you how important the skill of decision making is, because if you said that you changed around 6 to 7 jobs in the 5 to 6 years time, then quitting a job and landing up into another one is also a decision making. So how important the decision making skill is, and what were some important or crucial decisions that you say that you made in your life, the reason because of that you are here today?
Okay, so changing a job was actually not a very right decision, I would say, but because at times you have to choose. So it's at that point of time you feel that this is right, but over a longer period of time you may feel that okay, we should have been more stable or something like that. But that decision individual to individual, how he thinks about a particular situation. For me, quitting a job was not that tough decision. So I always found myself that okay, if I'll quit from one job, I'll find another one. So I have that, at least I've developed that sort of skills and knowledge. But all those decisions taught to take risk, and entrepreneurship is purely your risk taking ability. So if you go by a book which is Shiv Kheda's this You Can Win, so you come across people who want to do business, but they keep on analyzing. So he used a word or a phrase called paralysis by analysis. So if you keep on analyzing things, probably you will keep yourself away from what you actually want to do. So once you decide, again I'm saying that decision has to be impulsive, but action has to be planned. So
Okay.
right decision making is important, and again that thing comes into my mind that there's no right time to start a wrong thing and wrong time to start a right thing. So you need to grab an opportunity, and that opportunity has to be yours. It should not be external factors pushing you to do so. It should be your inner self or your inner voice which should tell you that now this is the right time to take a decision. So whatever
Okay.
decisions I made, I think they somehow, there could be some time that I made a wrong decision and it could have backfired, but then you learn from all those things. You move on. You don't stay and you don't go back. If you are dedicatedly and positively, approaching your goals, then on a broader scale, these things will help you.
Okay. So any one decision that you are proud of?
I guess all decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So starting this MNC was something which actually, uh, is a decision which I personally feel that it is stone in my professional career. And that decision was not to become, a train or something like that. It was basically develop entrepreneurship, to create entrepreneurs. So
all right.
today we have around 40 entrepreneurs, and all of them, I think 90 to 95% of them all were from non-business background. So I am thrilled to know that the kind of people we are working with, they are learning from us, they are learning from our experiences, they are helping us grow in a faster way. And I mean, I could motivate them as a entrepreneur, and they could call me anytime to take guidance.
Okay.
Even our franchisees, and we a lot of time we discuss things at around 12 o'clock in the.
So can we say that you are in a business of making non-entrepreneurs entrepreneur?
Absolutely, yes, no
So,
doubt about that.
in a nutshell. So, my final question to you, Pradeep, then we'll open up the forum so for people can ask if they have anything to ask from you or share. Like, given the experience you have had so far as an employee, as a student, or as an entrepreneur, as an employer, so one lesson that you learned and which is very close to you, and you always refer to that, suppose whenever you are in doubt or some challenges you face. So, what that lesson or learning is?
The learning is basically challenges. You have to take a risk. Unless you get into the water, learn to swim. So if you are, I mean, either you are in job or in a business, if you want to achieve something, put your best efforts and put it in the right direction, and don't quit. At least put as much efforts as you can. There will be hardships, there will be challenges, but you should learn from them. You should make them as a stairs to climb up. So that is
Yeah.
what I do on a day-to-day basis. Challenges come. I
Hmm.
mean, the Hafta challenge, the police challenge. These are all are part of our business ecosystem. And
Yes.
in India, you will have to deal with them. You cannot ignore them. You can overcome them, but you will have to live with that. So, like Corona right now is there.
Hmm.
So we are living it. We
Hmm.
are living with the coronavirus. We have to simultaneously live with the challenges.
Right. So I think never giving up or not quitting is the message from you. And yes, I think it's a very valid point because even if we are employees, we should think, had our employer think of quitting, where would our jobs be? Right. So we should always,
Absolutely.
yes, stay in there, stay put. And I think things will resolve as the time comes. So thank you so much, Pradeep, for taking out time today and sharing your story. But